two discussion questions. So the first one's asking, why is torque more important than force for tightening a lug nut on a tire? And that's because torque tells us a lot more information than just the force. It tells me about which direction I need to turn that lug nut. It also tells me what force is there, so that was the same, so the force is the only thing in common so far, but it also tells me where to apply that force. How far out on that handle do I need to apply that force? Because if you over tighten a lug nut, you run the chance of stripping it or breaking it off. If you under tighten it, it can loosen and your wheel could, worst case scenario, fall off if all the lug nuts get loose and fall off. So torque is much more important in that situation. The second discussion talks about work having the same units as torque because it's newtons and meters. But when we do work, we call it a joule. And when we do torque, we call it a newton meter. So how are they different? Well, some differences are this is a dot product when we're finding work, meaning we're getting a scalar out. And it's a force applied over a distance. Keyword there, over. Whereas torque gives me a vector, because it's a cross product. This is the force perpendicular as opposed to the force parallel, like in work. And this is a force at a distance. And so these are telling me two different quantities. So we try to keep those units separate. That's why joule is used for work, because it's a term of energy, whereas torque is not a term of energy. It's a rotational equivalent of force.